Welcome back to our Coach's Corner feature. Time to talk boys basketball. The Ponca City Wildcats are 5-6, one game under 500, as they head for their Tuesday-Friday doubleheader this week against Metro and Enid. Alan Hibler is our guest. The Wildcats, like the girls basketball team, traveled to the East Central Tournament in Ada this past weekend, where Ponca City won 2 out of 3 games. And Coach, congratulations! You won 2 out of 3. And played 3 pretty darn good ball games, didn't you?
We did play really well. I think we've kind of found our identity. We've tweaked some things over the Christmas break, and we've kind of slowed the ball game down a little bit for ourselves. And instead of running up and down the court and living and dying by the jump shot, we're shooting a ton of layups right now because of some things we've done offensively, and not only offensively have we found an identity, but defensively also. I mean, we played really well defensively on Friday and Saturday down in the tournament, and I think the things that we have done during the Christmas break have really paid off for us. And hopefully coming out of this tournament with these 2 wins back to back against a very athletic Ida Bell team, and then a Choctaw team that we beat 13 in a high-scoring game at the Hera tournament. Hopefully we can carry that momentum on as we get ready to go into this week with Metro coming to town on Tuesday night and then us going to Enid on Friday night.
Let me ask you about a game. Saturday you beat Choctaw team. You mentioned that you'd beat earlier this season in a high-scoring game. You held them to 25 points. You were kind of the opinion that the Choctaw team you were going to see this weekend was better than the one you saw earlier this year, yet you held them to 25 points. In boys high school basketball, that's one of the lower totals that we'll see all season long. So a combination of their frustration, but your defense, which was frustrating them offensively.
Well, our defense had a lot to do with it, but also offensively had a lot to do with it. We were able to control the pace of the game, and we shot a ton of layups against those guys, and they were taking the ball out of the bottom of the net. That kind of took their fast break opportunities away. I mean, at the pace we're playing, we scored 41 Saturday afternoon. We scored 65 on Friday afternoon. The thing is, we're getting a ton of high percentage shots now, and most of them aren't rushed, and so as a result, we're shooting the ball a little bit better. Though we didn't shoot the ball well from the perimeter against Choctaw. We didn't attempt very many shots because we didn't have to. Defensively, we've kind of changed some things we're doing, and really put an emphasis on it. We're chasing people off ball screens and off other screens and trying to drive them off the 3-point line and force them into our help. And we was able to do a really good job of that against that Choctaw team on Saturday. They're a phenomenal freshman who is just a phenomenal player. He's averaging about 19 points a game as a freshman. Great shooter. He had 21 on us the first time we played him. We were able to hold him to 8 points, and that's a 13-point swing in the ball game right there. And then their other really good player, a young man by the name of Wright, we were able to hold him to 5 points, which he got 25 the night before against Ada. And that was really the difference in the ball game. We took their best 2 offensive players completely out of the ball game, and they really struggled to score because their options were kind of limited.
Many times a coach can see what has to be done with a team, especially a team that doesn't go real deep on the bench. But the key is to get the players to actually believe that it is going to be a working situation. And it looks like as you hit the midway point of the season that you have got those 7 players predominantly that play. You've got all of them believing that they can run faster, jump higher, and do the things that you have to do. That's part of it, that chemistry and that mental state. That's part of the game.
Well, anytime you start the year, you've got to find an identity with that basketball team. And the identity of teams changes from year to year with graduation and sophomores coming into the program. And it took a while for this team to find their roles and their identity, and they bought into what we're trying to do, what we need to do to give ourselves a chance to be successful. And as a result, they're starting to see that pay off. I mean, it was a really good boost for their mentality to come out and play so well in this Ada tournament after the things we had worked on through Christmas break, and we as a coaching staff saying, hey, this is what we need to do to give ourselves a chance to be successful. Well, it's one thing in saying it, it's the second thing in doing it. And with them being able to do it down here at Ada, perhaps this could be the turning point of the season.
You know, we watch this team play, and sometimes we say they're playing better, but we know deep down that the competition, or for whatever reason, maybe you're just trying to be enthusiastic. I tell you, this team is playing better. You guys are playing at a very high level. Not sure how high a level, we'll find out. But the one thing you have to be pleased at is you're going in the right direction at the right time of the year.
Well, you know, we've got really good team chemistry. These guys do a great job of sharing the basketball in this offense we're running. And, you know, as a result, it makes us really hard to guard. You know, with the floor spacing the way it is, we're able to take advantage of some of our strengths, which is dribble penetration and getting to the front of the rim, or kicking to the open guy for the open jump shot. And you know, that's just one of the biggest things. I mean, people don't understand sometimes how important floor spacing is, and allowing kids to play to their strengths. And you know, we've kind of found that happy medium with these guys, and you know, hopefully we can continue that. It's you know, it's a different day every morning when we step on the floor, and you know, how the kids are going to play, because there's so many factors that go into it and things. But you know, our schedule that we've got coming is very tough down the stretch here. I mean, we're going to get ready to go through 8 or 9 games that you know, we'll have to play really well to have a chance to win, starting with this one Tuesday night against Metro Christian.
Metro comes to Ponca City on Tuesday, and then, Coach, I want to talk about the Friday game at Enid. Great rivalry game. They have, again, another good ball club, kind of up and down. I look at their scores, and they've won some games. I think they're probably pretty close to a 500 ball club. But some thoughts on that Enid game at Enid?
Well, you know, of course, anytime we have to go to Enid, it's really tough to play. I mean, you know, they usually get a good student crowd out, especially for their boys' game, and I'm sure it will be there again. I mean, we've got a huge rivalry in football, and it carries over into the basketball aspect of things. And you know, they're awful scary. They're really athletic, like you said. They've been up and down this year. They're in a first-year program with a new coach, so you know, they've had some growing pains. But I think by the looks of scores here, starting early in the second semester over here at the Skytook tournament, that they're starting to get some things ironed out. They lost a game Saturday, but they scored 83 points. They beat a very good Bishop Kelly team in the first round of the tournament by 5 points. So, you know, it's definitely concerns. And, you know, with it being a rivalry game, you know, it really doesn't matter what the records are or what you have done up to that point. I mean, it is a rivalry game. I mean, the Enid kids will be ready to play when we get there, and you know, hopefully we'll be ready to play, and we'll match their intensity from the very start, because that will be a big thing. The first 2 to 3 minutes of that game at Enid, with the atmosphere of it and the rivalry that we've had through the past few years, I mean, the first 2 or 3 minutes will be really, really important in that ball game.
And we want to mention that it's at the college gym, again, over at the campus of the old Phillips University, the NOC Enid campus right now. So hopefully we'll have a great crowd on hand, and thank goodness we get home on Tuesday night. It's been a while, hasn't it, Coach?
Well, it'll be good to be back in the friendly confines of Robson. You know, it's always nice to come back home and not have to get on that bus and travel and things. You know, I hope we're focused Tuesday night. Well, that's one of the things we're going to talk about today in practice. You know, we can't rest on what we accomplished down there at Ada this weekend. I mean, that was just one step along the journey. We've got to continue to get better starting today in practice and get ourselves prepared for tomorrow night's game. And, you know, hopefully we'll come out with a level of confidence, and we'll execute the game plan as we need to and give ourselves a chance to win.
Wildcats are 5-6. Alan Hibler, our guest on this week's Coach's Corner.